Yo guys, how y'all doing? So today we're gonna be talking about the anomaly characters and the disorder builds, the off element builds. So before we start, I just wanna say that I've already made a video on this before the launch, before we even knew that Piper was coming, when I only knew about Grace and she was theoretically the only disorder character in the game, and I talked in depth about that. But again, we're going to revisit that topic. Why? Because although some creators are starting to figure it out, some theory crafters are already starting to figure it out, they still haven't picked up on the full image, on the full picture, on all the possibilities, and why those characters are not only busted in terms of damage, but also on value. So, without further ado, let's just get into it, shall we? So these videos will contain a little bit of leaks, so this video stays more future proof going forward. So we will be talking about 1.1, 1.2, and possibly 1.3, right? So that's just a heads up before we continue. So we're going to be talking about Grace and Piper, which are the anomaly characters that are already in the game, and future ones like Jane Doe, which is coming on 1.1, and she's a physical anomaly character, same faction as we won. Then Yanagi on 1.2, which is going to be an ether anomaly, same faction as Miyabi and Sokaku, and possibly even Bernice, which is the 1.3 fire anomaly character from the motorbike gang faction. I always forget the name, but the one with the two blonde lollies. Pretty simple to remember, right? So basically, in my humble opinion, anomaly characters are not only the ones with the most damage potential, but they're also the most flexible characters. Especially for future plays and light spenders, they really shouldn't fade the anomaly characters. In my opinion, actually, on the long run, if you're truly aiming for the future to being future proof, I think they're going to be the most valuable characters and the ones that you really should prioritize. Why you wonder? Well, we're gonna talk about that throughout the video, right? So, right now, on the current state of the game, on 1.0, we already have two anomaly characters. Grace has a 5-star electric, which can fit in pretty much every DPS team, since we don't really have a DPS character for Electro, right? So she can fit in any team as an off-build anomaly to proc Disorder, right? And we already have Piper, a 4-star physical that has an amazing build with Lucy and Soldier 11. It's already one of the strongest builds in the game, probably the number 2 build in the game. And that's a build that has 2 4-star characters and 1 5-star standard character. So imagine the potential when we get limited 5-star anomaly characters, right? Sorry to tell you guys, by the way, but Piper is probably already getting power crept on 1.1, but that's okay, and you guys are gonna understand why. Why is it okay? Because in 1.1, we're probably getting Jane Doe, the first 5-star limited anomaly character, and she's also gonna be a physical anomaly, just like Piper. That being said, Piper's discs and W engine are probably going to fit pretty well on Jane Doe, so it isn't really much of a problem if you guys are going to build Piper. And to be honest, maybe even some of you guys will skip Jane Doe because you guys want to save up for Miyabi or whatever. So in that case, that's also fine, right? But that being said, I think Jane Doe will be when people truly understand the power of Disorder and Anomaly. Why, you guys wonder? Well, it's pretty simple, because she's going to be the first 5-star limited anomaly character. And people are going to stop trying, having their minds closed on that box that, oh, I have to be a non-elemental team, I have to have an all-on-fire team, I have to have an all-ice team, and yada yada. Just because on the first limited character, we had a pretty drawn out and pretty obvious team, which was a full ice team, Ellen, Sokaku, and Likaon, right? But you guys are gonna see further down the line the characters coming, and with the value and possibilities that anomaly characters have, that Jane Doe will be the breakthrough to most creators and players to notice the true value of Anomaly, right? Because she's the first 5-star limited character on Anomaly, she will be super ultra strong paired with Zui1 and Nicole. Why? Because then you have two ether characters, pretty simple, and Jane Doe. she will already have the faction bonus for working with Zuyuan, right? So all of them are going to be buffed, and this team will for sure be the strongest team on 1.1. Will probably power crap Ellen, Likaon, and Sokaku, and I do think it's going to be by far. If you guys are skipped on Ellen and want to pull for Zuyuan, save up some currency to also pull for Jane Doe. Trust me, it's gonna go crazy, especially because we don't have Ether Stunner. So you guys are going to have to fit that with any other character, and Jane Doe is the perfect character to fit in there. Of course, you could also put Grace. You could also use Piper, but Jane Doe is the perfect choice because she's going to match all the bonus as well, right? So besides that, we're also getting Yanagi, as we already said, the Ether Anomaly on 1.2, which will be able to finish up that Ether build if you guys want to do a full Ether element comp. But not only that, she will work just fine with Ellen, Yanagi, and Sokaku. Why? Because Sokaku and Ellen will share an element. Yanagi and Sokaku will share a faction, right? So everyone will also be buffed. This way you can also build an off elemental team that procs Disorder and is gonna be strong as fuck. Probably on par with the Zuyuan, Jane Doe, and Nicole from 1.1, right? So already as you guys can see, we already have two super strong teams, both on 1.1 and 1.2. And these characters can also be matched with any other possibilities of characters without needing their faction bonus or the elemental bonus, since they're just basically there to proc the anomaly factor. They don't really need to be super perfectly placed, right? So they will still have value on other teams besides these ones, right? So on 1.3, we are apparently getting the motorcycle gang character. I always forget their faction name. But again, the faction with the two blonde lollies, it ain't hard to remember. That being said, the character is going to be called Bernice, if I'm not wrong. And she's going to be the Fire Anomaly on 1.3. We still don't know if she's going to be a 4 or a 5-star. That being said, it will open another really, really huge range of possibilities for disorder builds, for off elemental builds, right? So, again, I do think in 1.1, when Jane Doe drops, people are going to truly understand it. Hopefully, you guys don't fade her, because she is going to be a useful character that isn't going to be power crept nearly as soon as the normal attacker characters are going to be. So again, don't fade Jane Doe, and if you guys are going to fade Jane Doe, at least don't fade Yanagi coming right after on 1.2, right? Please pull for one of those, because as you guys, hopefully you guys understand, they're going to be super useful going on the future, because they're going to fit on a lot of new DPS that are going to come on future patches, with new supports that are coming up on future patches, be it for on elemental or off elemental builds. So again, they are going to be the most valuable characters in the game. Period. Nothing's going to compare with it. Period. Okay? So these, the ones that I just said, are the most obvious comps that you guys can min max the most of those characters. But again, you could pretty simply use them as an off element to fill in that gap on any teams that you guys enjoy, and the team will still perform just nice, because the Disorder will fill in the gap of any unbalance that you could have for not having the perfectly on element, every faction, everything mix and matched perfectly, right? So keep that in mind. That's basically it, to be honest. That was just a short video just to debate a little bit of this, to give you guys the notion and to talk about why I think you guys should pull for anomaly characters, should try to study and learn a bit more about disorder and the anomaly potential. The fact that they don't build on crit is going to be very useful, because we are going to have a bunch of discs that are going to have anomaly proficiency, anomaly mastery, and they don't fit your main DPS. They don't really fit your stunner because it wants impact. It won't feature support because you need elemental regen. So you guys are going to need an anomaly, and you will have discs for them later on. So just try it. Just think about it a bit. Just do the math on your head. I'm sure you guys are going to be happy with the results. So yeah, 1.3 going forward, we're already going to have anomalies on every element except ice. We're going to have one on electric, two on physical, one on ether, and one on fire. So just choose whichever one you like the most and pull for it. Okay, that's pretty much it for today, boys. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to leave it a like, subscribe to my channel, follow me on my Twitch, leave a comment with your thoughts. If you guys, what you guys think about the idea of Anomaly in the Disorder, if you guys agree with me or not that they are being currently undervalued and that people should try to mix and match and experiment more with them, then yeah. If you guys want me to talk about or cover anything else about DZZ, about Wuthering Waves, or really about any other game or topic, just hit me up in the comments and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.